All right, we have time for one more quality interview here at the Ohio Street Beach at Cafe Oliva. And this gentleman, you guys all know, Mr. Chris Navin. And we also have a new member joining us with Supertri, and that is Brittany Jerz. Brittany, welcome. And so they're also going to be here to tell us a little bit more. We've had some great conversations with some athletes that are participating in the corporate challenge and raising money for children's cancer research. But we want to have Chris and Brittany here tell us a little bit more about what that is, a little bit more detail, who it benefits, and what we're hoping to gain with regard to this corporate challenge in terms of participation for not only this year, but hopefully looking forward to future years. So, Chris, Brittany, who would like to start?
Well, I'll brag about some of the perks of the program.
Okay, great.
I'm very excited.
Perfect.
It's a brand new program. It's the first year we're doing it in Chicago. It's a fantastic corporate wellness program for companies that encourage employees to get into triathlon, get into something to elevate their health and their fitness, similar to how a lot of people are familiar with the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge and those types of events. So it's a nice program for a company just to get some team building going, get some employees training together, getting them excited, have a nice employee perk, if you will, for being part of a company that is very progressive and involved in something like triathlon. But then also for the athletes, it's a pretty cool program because you get a lot of race day kind of VIP treatment. You get your own bike rack. If you do the fundraising, which is not that much, you get to start in an early wave. So you get to be one of the first athletes out on the course, which is a pretty awesome perk. And then you get a tent both at the swim start and the finish line. So you can get your own team spot. And then there's other perks like where we're at today, Cafe Oliva. These swim clinics are included. You get the swim clinics for free. Nice. So even if the swim clinics sell out, you can actually get to participate in them. So there's tons of awesome perks like that. In addition to, I think, team discounts. So there's some discounts that are above and beyond what you would get through other programs. So big discounts on wetsuits and gear, equipment. So it's just a very, very cool program. I think I'm very excited to see what it becomes. Yeah. In addition to the great, program it is for the Lurie Children's Hospital here in Chicago.
And Chris, our listeners and our viewers all kind of know who you are. So let's get to know Brittany a little bit more. So Brittany, tell us a little bit about yourself, what your role is with Supertri, and what brings you to triathlon.
Okay. So I am the corporate challenge coordinator with the Supertri program. And my background is not in triathlons. So I have background in nonprofit management. And so my goal for the corporate challenge is to kind of just raise as much money as we can for Lurie Children's pediatric cancer research. It's a cause that's near and dear to my heart. And so that's kind of how I got connected to it, was more of like the overall goal, besides all those perks and the health and wellness benefits, is ultimately we're trying to create a really fun program that benefits a really great cause here in Chicago. So recruiting teams that work together, and then also it goes back into Chicago as well, and kids and people really in need of better cancer treatments.
That's great. So in terms of what our hopes and dreams are for this first year, how are we doing so far? And for those that may be listening or watching, that you're hoping to gather more interest and more support for the program, what would be your message to them out there right now?
Yeah, so obviously the race is close, but there's still time to participate. We have some of our corporate teams have 2 to 3 team members. So they are getting a relay together, finding someone at their company who likes to swim or likes to bike, and then they're joining together to raise funds under their company umbrella. So I think kind of at this point, another big benefit that I don't know if Chris talked about was if you join us now, you get tier 1 pricing. So that's the lowest price point available for the triathlon. So even if you go online, the rate to join the corporate challenge is significantly lower than that, with the added component of goal of fundraising to bring the total up. In fundraising, you can always make more money to the cause, and that's where we're at right now.
So that's great. And if they're maybe not have the time to get a team together, or for anybody to train up, if they're looking to support the athletes or the companies that are doing the corporate challenge and are trying to fundraise themselves, where can they find them and how can they support them?
Yeah, so we have our event is on the Lurie Children's fundraising site, and if you can also access through the Chicago Triathlon website. You can donate to any team or the race as a whole, and you can also set up an individual fundraising page. So we have some of our corporate teams. They're not even racing, but they have participants from that are cheering on the racers and getting donations in through the door. And so that is a different way to get involved as well. And then also, you as a athlete who's doing the triathlon, you can create a fundraising page. So you don't have to be a part of the corporate challenge.
You can just help support.
Yeah, you can help support the cause if it's something that you're interested in including in your race.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Obviously, we're getting drink and food orders here. Hopefully, getting it in before it storms here.
Social component to the corporate challenge.
Exactly. So, all right. So, before we part, looking into next year, what is your hope for where this corporate challenge will be? And do you have a hope in terms of number of companies or how much you're hoping to fundraise for next season?
Yeah. So, I think this year we kind of went into it not knowing fully what to expect. Sure. I think hopefully out the door we'll raise close to 50,000 in years future. I mean, I'd love to see that double, our team participation double. I think it's really just getting the word out and getting people involved is where it's going to go and sharing with your network.
Excellent. So, well, I think it's getting ready to storm here. So we're going to shut this down. Chris, Brittany, thank you guys so much for the conversation and for letting us know a little bit more about the corporate challenge. And hopefully not only will we hit amazing goals for Lurie Children's Hospital this year, but also for the future. So thank you guys very much. And we'll see you at the Chicago Triathlon.
Yeah, thank you so much.